Hello, welcome to this kind of weird impromptu tutorial where I will ramble at you a bit about something. The reason I'm doing this is because a while ago someone requested I record my speed painting. And while I've been trying to do that, it sort of always turned out a little bit horrible. The recordings never quite worked because I end up getting really self-conscious and then having to redo heaps of things, making them super long and not very interesting. So I thought I'd give this a try. And what I'm going to do is talk to you and talk about some sort of things that you might be interested in learning. And in this one, I'm going to talk about how I draw hair. So it should be relatively short and a bit disorganized, but I hope it's of use. So anyway, I've pre-drawn some faces to make it a bit easier. I'll just choose a nice bright color so we can see what we're doing. So when I draw hair, I tend to start from the scalp and make these kind of fast movements downwards. You can see they're very loose, and it's okay if they're not quite in the head. I sort of just relax your arm and kind of be as loose as possible. It's okay if they're messy, because you can always kind of go back and sort of tidy up the bits that weren't how you wanted them. Now, if you notice, like for a lot of these, I've sort of done flicks at the end, and the reason for that is I sort of see with hair is that hair really wants to go up. The gravity's pushing it down, and the curlier it is, the more it succeeds in doing that. And the straighter it is, the more gravity succeeds in pulling it down. But hair still likes to curl a little bit. So you can sometimes see, even with straight hair, little flicks and stuff at the bottom. I mean, you can get dead straight hair, like that, but it's usually very stylized. But even then, you can see it has a slight curl inwards. So you can kind of, I don't know, I just like giving mine a bit of a flick because I think it gives the hair a little bit more personality. But you can really play around with it. So like, the longer the hair is, the more gravity it has. So like, let's say it's long but curly, it can kind of be straight and then curl a little bit more down at the bottom because, you know, the gravity is pushing it down, but it kind of curls down here. Kind of like a giant. Like, I don't care, let me be curly. If it's straight, it can kind of go straight up and not really care about gravity or sort of be pushed down a little. So you can play around with different hairstyles. I like making my hair stick up because it's adorable. Look at that. Look how cute it is when it's fluffy. But anyway, yes, I mean, you can play around with it. You can make really curly hair that doesn't pay any attention to gravity at all. You can see, like with curly hair, I tend not to focus on strands, but kind of like locks or clumps of hair. So you're just kind of focusing on like the overall shape of the locks. And so you can have kind of just that kind of thing. So changing the direction around a bit. This is the maddest hairstyle she has. And then you have these kind of just little curly things. So if you want to give her like really tight curls, then kind of focus on curling around little locks. You can always make her hair bushy. I mean, just play around with it really, but sort of don't try to draw in each individual strand. Just let it be really loose, because I think what happens is when you try to draw hair really together in locks like this, it looks quite rigid. So even if it's curly and you do it in locks, then but if you kind of let it have breathing space, and sort of just, can you see the difference? So you can, if you do want to make hair look wet or really stiff or really kind of clumped together, you can draw the the locks really defined. But if you want to, or if you want them as dreadlocks, I suppose you also draw them more defined. But if you want it to like be looser and fluffier, draw the hair a bit more relaxed, and like a little bit of white space between it. I mean, I do this with dogs because dogs never really have locky or hair. They usually have fluffy hair, and you can see like the space between it. Kind of, the quicker you go and the more space you put between it, the more fluffy it is. Look, let's do a show it on tail. See, just drawing the ends of the hair, making it really fluffy. A fluffy person. I mean, obviously the feet are not part of the hair, but I was already drawing the rest of it. As I said, if you don't like it, you can always go back and erase it, tidy it up a bit. Just play around, be relaxed. I totally believe that the key to just making hair nice is making it feel like it's got a personality, and to do that, just kind of scribble a bit, and then you can always tidy it up a bit later. See, look at how fluffy that is. I don't even know where that hair is coming from. But yeah, you can kind of just... I don't know what that scribble is. I got lost there. But yeah, make your hair fluffy or dreadlock it properly. I mean, I'm a little hesitant to talk a bit about really dense curl or certain hairstyles, because I think there are people out there who know how to draw them better than me, and I would rather you learn from those people than me. So I'm just going to focus on this kind of hair right now, because that's the hair I know how to draw. But anyway, I hope this has been of use to you, and thanks for staying.